Agwejidi, Etibedu, and Holy Lord International. The winner from this group will join Youngsters Future Foundation Institute during the semi-finals. There are 5 rounds in this contest. Round 1 is a general knowledge. Round 2 is the speed race. Round 3 is the problem of the day. Round 4 is the true or false. And the final round is the riddles. The contestants will test their microphone by introducing themselves, starting from Adwoji.
My name is Essuehyia.
Let's talk.
My name is Bogyano.
Gabriel.
Douglas.
Etibedu. Mention the school.
My name is Douglas from Methodist. Louisa from Methodist.
I'm Felix from Holy Lord. I'm Felix from Holy Lord.
Welcome to the competition. We begin with round 1, general knowledge. I implore Essuehyia, Madam, please come and help us with the records.
No, Ali, the bear. He's taking the records with the bear. Bear, not even the records.
Who I will choose from? I'm here to find about the back. This is round 1. This round tests students' understanding of the scientific concepts and theories. Contestants have 15 seconds to answer a question that do not demand calculation, and 30 seconds for questions that demand calculation. You have only 2 attempts. A correct answer gives 3 points. If the school is unsuccessful, the question is thrown to the other schools. The first school to answer a bonus question correctly gets 1 point, or have 1 point deducted if the answer is incorrect. Bonus attempts will be made only to the first school that will try. The deduction is meant to deter schools from deliberately blocking other schools for attempting a bonus. If both schools show interest to answer the question, a chance will be given to both schools, and the rule applies. Getting it correct will be +1, and getting it incorrect will be -1. Contestants, here we go. Agwejidi, DA. We are starting reviewing. Your question. Organisms that break down dense organic matter in ecosystems are called what?
Decomposers.
That is correct. Let's see. The conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into forms usable by plants is called
Assimilation.
no.
Nitrogen fixation.
That is correct. Holy Lord, the process where bacteria convert nitrates in the soil back into nitrogen gas is called
Denitrification.
That is correct. Agreed. There is this pigment found in human blood that gives it red color. It's called
red blood cell,
that is incorrect.
hemoglobin,
That is correct. Let's see. Which type of blood vessel that the actual exchange of gases and carbon dioxide occur in the body's tissue?
platelets,
That is incorrect. Bonus. I'm with you.
red blood cell,
That is incorrect. You want to try? In the room, did he say it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Capillaries.
That is correct. Holy Lord, what is the name of the condition where the walls of the axis lose their elasticity and become thick and stiff?
Leukemia.
That is incorrect.
Atherosclerosis.
That is correct. Agreed. Your major question. Events that cannot both occur at the same time are called bonus. Yes, audience. I'll reserve the answer because it will have an influence on the other questions. Today, events whose outcome do not affect each other are
sample space,
that is incorrect. Bonus. Holy Lord, your major question. When the occurrence of one event changes the probability of another, they are known as bonus. Audience. Okay. On the first question, events that cannot occur. This question is related to probability. Events that cannot occur both at the same time are called exclusive events. Events whose outcome do not affect other ones are called independent events. And events whose occurrence changes the outcome of other ones are called dependent events. Agreed. Your major question. You might want to take your pen because this is a calculation question. What is the value of x in the expression, in the equation x plus 7 equals 15? That is correct. And then solve for 1 if 4 1 equals 20.
5.
That is correct. Polygon. If z minus if z minus 6 equals 10, then z equals 60. That is correct. We have 2 sets of questions in this round. Agreed, your major question. Calculate in brackets 3/4 plus 1/8, all multiplied by 2. Bonus. Audience. Okay. Your major question is want to try. What did you get?
19/20.
The answer is 7/4. How about you? Your major question. 2/3 divided by 4/9 plus 1/2. I'll give you 2. The answer is 2/1. That is correct. That is why I said I will give her 2. As a mathematics student, 2/1 is 2, not 2/1. Okay? Alright. So 2. Polynomial. Calculate 5/6 minus 1/4 multiplied by 2/3. That is correct. Agreed, your major question. This is the final set of questions for this round. Your major question in computing. A sensor that detects distance between a robot and an obstacle is called a A sensor that detects the distance between a robot and an obstacle is called. That is incorrect. Bonus. Today, your major question. Which type of sensor allows a robot to distinguish between different colors in the environment? Bonus. Audience. Our reserve Goldilocks. A sensor that measures the rotation angle of a robot joint is bonus, yes. No. That is incorrect. Yes, audience. A sensor that detects distance is called proximity sensor. A sensor that allows robots to distinguish between lights or colors is optical sensor. And a sensor that is a robot that measures rotation angle is called potentiometer. We come to the end of round 1.
Okay, Mako.
At the end of the first round, Agriculture BA had 7 points. Explain BA had 8 points. Holy Lord Degree had 13 points. Round 2. Speed brief. Listen to the rules. Questions are thrown to all schools, and the first to answer it correctly gets 3 points. Should the answer be incorrect, the other 2 schools are given the opportunity to answer the question for 2 points, if correct. A bonus question given to both schools is given to both schools at the same time. Any of the 2 schools can attempt to answer. If the answer is correct, it attracts +1. If it is incorrect, it attracts -1. No chance is given to the 10th school when it is a bonus. However, when both schools show interest to answer the question at the same time, the chance is given to both schools and the rule applies to both schools. Good luck. A car accelerates from 0 to 60 kilometers per hour in 60 seconds. What is the average acceleration in kilometers per hour in seconds?
Question again. Repeat the question. It goes to all of you.
The question goes
Anybody
to
can
all.
answer.
If you are ready, you answer. You answer. You beat your table, show your interest. Okay? Fastest mind. Then I'll call you. I'll repeat your question since no attempt was made. A car accelerates from 0 to 60 kilometers in 10 seconds. What is the average acceleration in kilometers per hour per second? Audience. The correct answer is 6. 60 divided by 10 will give you 6. Just a second. Yes, sir. Me too. Okay. The correct name is Each meal contains 500 calories of carbohydrates. What is the total carbohydrate calories served daily? Yes. No.
Somebody asked for a repetition of the question.
A restaurant, you have been exempted. A restaurant sells 150 meals daily. Each meal contains 500 calories of carbohydrates. What is the total carbohydrate calories served daily? Yes.
75,000.
That is correct. Go on to 1 point. No, it's 2 points. As 2 attempted first, so it's 2 points. Question 3 in the speed race. The ability of a substance to dissolve in a solvent like water to form a homogeneous mixture is called what? The ability of a substance to dissolve in a solvent like water to form a homogeneous mixture is called what? Yes, I do.
Solid.
Yes.
Solution.
No. Yes. Okay. I'll give the answer to none because the answer is solubility. Agreji said solutes. I wanted to consider, and Holy Lord said solution. All of them are referring to something different. Question 4. This phase of the cardiac cycle means circulatory cycle, occurs when the ventricles contract, forcing blood out of the heart through the pulmonary artery and aorta to the lungs of the body. What phase is this? I repeat, this phase of the cardiac cycle occurs when the ventricle contracts, forcing blood of the heart out of the heart through the pulmonary artery and aorta to the lungs.
Veins.
No. Yes.
Heart.
No. The correct answer is systole. We have the diastole and the systole. When the ventricles contract, it's the systole, and when it reacts, the heart is the diastole. Last question for this round, and it's a computing question. This type of algorithmic structure or algorithm involves repeating a sequence of instructions. Yes.
Iteration.
No. Involves repeating instructions multiple times until a special or specific condition is met. Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know. That is correct. It is either iteration or a loop. So it's correct. Therefore, we have come to the end of round 2. They answered 2 incorrect questions.
They should bring the paper. You should bring his records. They're not bringing it. Don't answer. Let go. Every school teacher is supposed to take records alongside the quiz man, so that when you are coming to read the protest, you bring your paper and we compare. Anything apart from that, you can't complain. Yeah. Another record. So keep your records, separate records. Any mistake, then we compare to the record, then we check from here.
At the end of round 2, Agri -3, Etibetu 2, Holy Lord 1. We are going to round 3, problem of the game. Contestants are required to solve a single question within 10 minutes. Each question is worth 10 points. Write the name of your school on top. We have 10 minutes to answer all the questions. You may begin. for the problem of the day. I'll read the general question to all, and then also read the answers to all. When I finish, I will mark each and every script for all the schools. Round 3, problem of the day. A construction company is building a new school block. The architect creates a map where the scale is 1:100. This means 1 centimeter on the map represents 100 centimeters or 1 meter in reality. The main building on the map measures 8 by 6 centimeters, and the playground area measures 12 centimeters by 10 centimeters. 1. What is the actual length of the main building in meters? What is the actual width of the main building in meters? C. What is the actual area of the main building in square meters? D. Calculate the actual dimension of the playground in meters. And D. What is the ratio of the main building area to the playground area? So number 1, we've been given the ratio 1:100. So if we are calculating the length, we are going to get 8 meters. That is 8 centimeters times 100 meters. So if you wrote 8 meters or 8 meters or 800 centimeters, 800 centimeters, I'll give you half because the question says you should calculate it in meters. B. The actual width of the main building in meters. And it is going to be 6 centimeters times 100. That will be 6 meters. C. The actual area of the building. That is 8 meters times 6 meters, which is equal to 48 meters squared. D. Calculate the actual dimension of the playground. That is 12 meters by 10 meters. So we have 12 centimeters times 100, which is 12 meters, and 10 centimeters by 100, which is 10 meters. And last one, what is the ratio? The ratio is 4:10 or 2:5. That is 48 meters squared is to 120 meters squared, which is the same as 4:10 or 2:5. Ability. You have 0.2 meters for A. It is incorrect. B. You had 0.1 meters. It is incorrect. C. You had 1.2 meters. It is incorrect. D. You had 1.2 meters. It is also incorrect. And C. You have 48:120, which is correct. So you have 2 out of 10. Let's clap for them. And today, you have 48 meters. That is incorrect. B. You did not attempt. So you have nothing. C. You have 120 meters. That is incorrect. D. You have 10. You have 8.33 meters. That is also incorrect. And C. You have 2:85. That is correct. So you have 3 out of 10. Holy Lord. A. You have 1.2 meters. That is incorrect. B. You have 0.48. That is incorrect. C. You have 5,760 meters squared. That is incorrect. D. You have 168. That is also incorrect. You didn't attempt D, so you had nothing for the third round. At the end of the third round, Agritin had 2 points. Etibedu 2 points. Holy Lord Preparatory 0 points. Let's clap for them. This is where the separation starts. This is where the separation starts. Round 4. Schools are now allowed for any substitution. Let's clap for him. He stand well. Round 4. True or false? The quiz master makes a statement to each school, and the team is to answer if the statement is correct or incorrect. That is, if the statement is true or false. A correct answer gives 2 points, while an incorrect answer causes the school to lose 1 point from the point it has already accrued. The objective of deducting the point is to stop the contestants from guessing. The question is thrown to the schools with the same rule. If the first school declines to answer, it becomes a bonus, and the first school to answer gets the opportunity. The first school to ring a bell gets the opportunity to answer. Schools have 15 seconds. Are we okay with the rules? The quiz master makes a statement to each school, and the team is to answer if the statement is true or false. A correct answer gives 2 points, while an incorrect answer causes the school to lose 1 point. If the school declines not to answer, it then becomes a bonus for the other 2 schools. They can answer for +1 or -1. That is, if the answer is correct or incorrect, respectively. Contestants, are you ready? Good luck. Aggregate DA, your main question. Sharing 90 in the ratio 1:2 give 60 and 30, true or false? True. That is incorrect. The statement is false. 1:2 will give you 30 to 60, not 50 to 30. If 2 ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. True or false? True. That is correct. Holy Lord, in the ratio 4:6, the fraction 4/6 cannot be simplified. True or false? False. That is correct. And with you might want to calculate the inequality 3y minus 2 is greater than 7. Has a solution y greater than 3. True or false? That is true. Let's take your major question. In the equation, 2a plus 3 equals 9. A equals 3. True or false?
True.
That is true, correct. Holy Lord, if x minus 4 is less than 10, then x is less than 6. True or false?
False.
That is correct. Agreed. If a student scores 18 out of 20 in a test, their percentage score is 80%. True or false? That is a false statement. It is incorrect. Sorry. XB. Converting 3/8 to decimal gives 0.37, which can be converted into a percentage gives 37.5%. I take it again. Converting 3/8 to a decimal gives 0.37, which can also be converted to percentage at 37.5. True or false?
True.
That is true. Holy Lord, the fraction 7/9 is greater than 0.77 because 7 divided by 9 is the same as 0.777. True or false?
False.
No. The statement is true. Agreed. Only female mosquitoes bite humans because they need the protein from our blood to develop their egg. True or false? That is true. Let's say a grasshopper name looks completely different from the adult and must go through a pupa stage to transform. That is false. Holy Lord, how plants can spread diseases like typhoid and cholera because they carry pathogens on their feet and bodies from decaying matter. True or false?
True.
That is correct. Last round of questions, and we are at the end of round 4. This is computing. Agreed. An algorithm must always have a finite number of steps and eventually come to an end. True or false?
True.
That is correct. A self-driving car uses robotics for movement and AI for decision making, perception and navigation. True or false?
False.
No. The statement is true. Self-car driving cars use robots that is mobile to move. However, if you want to pass A or B, we use AI to decide. Holy Lord, In programming, an if-else statement allows the program to make decisions based on whether a condition is true or false. True or false.
False.
No, the statement is true. In programming, if it is an if-else is used to make decisions. So, if this is true, then this must happen. Else, this must happen. Okay? We have come to the end of round 4. Let's start again. At the end of round 4, Agritil 4 points, Etibedi 7 points, Holy Lord 4 points.
Too close.
Morning Zoom, Raiders. Round 5. There are 3 riddles in this round, and each question is open to all schools at the same time. A series of clues to each riddle is given, and the first school to ring the bell or tap the table is allowed to answer. If the answer is wrong, the school can no longer compete for that particular question, and the quiz master gives more clues for the benefit of the other schools. Answering on the first clue is 5 points, second clue 4 points, thereafter 3 points. There is no deduction in this round. Number 1. I am a small pear-shaped organ tucked beneath the liver. Yes, only.
Heart.
No. That is correct.
They didn't tap. They didn't tap. They didn't tap.
Wait.
They didn't tap. Your second eye, they didn't tap.
Audience, what do you do?
They didn't tap.
Wait. Yes, there's a rule. When the first school taps, the chance is given to the other schools.
I should come because they were also ready.
They didn't.
They were also ready.
Were you also ready?
Yeah. So they tapped and they answered. So that's why no time.
Okay. We all agree. Then I'll add a different riddle to this. Bien and for a fan We all agree the rule was violated. And this riddle I'm giving, Holy Lord is excluded. I hope it's fair. It is for the two schools only.
Yeah, only the two schools.
For 4 marks. So I read the second clue. Wait. I am a small pear-shaped organ tucked beneath the liver. That is the first rule. So I will read only the first clue and you are expected to answer. I hope I'm fair. Yes, new question. And when the two declines to answer, I will go on like how the rule will be.
You continue or you stop? You continue reading.
No. Because the two wanted to answer.
Okay. But that's a different question. So you have to continue. No, it's a different question. Then you have to allow the person to this person to answer. Mine is a different question. You must read to the latter.
Okay.
You have to read to the latter. They choose to omit the 4 points and go for 2 points. It's their choice. So you have to go on.
Is that the two schools wanted to?
This rank and they answered. So if you give it to, you set the point to 2-2. Yes. And it's a point to more way, 2-2 here.
Okay. I found where they are.
There you go.
Okay. This will be only one attempt with the two schools. I pump blood around the body.
Heart.
Why you do? This time they ran and they answered, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Why am I be so nice? So nice.
The answer is not hard.
So move on. Move on, and they are frank. So if they are wrong, then go on.
Wait.
Mr. Bailey, move on. Once they are wrong, then they have they can answer.
Okay. I think this one will give them for the equal time. So I will allow all three to participate. Because this has made a mistake. This answer, this also made a mistake. This answer.
Yeah, so now
I'll give it to all three.
all of them is acceptable.
I hope it's okay for all of us.
It's acceptable.
Alright. You tap first.
Tap before you speak.
I am the layer we live on. Plants grow in my soil first.
Answer.
Soil.
No. Second.
Earth.
No.
Continue. One boy.
Plants grow in my soil. I contain rocks and minerals. I am the outermost part of the earth. Who am I? The two schools are out. We have 20 seconds. Yes, okay.
I don't know.
The correct answer is craft, the earth crafts.
That's what it
Second riddle. I am all the possible outcomes of a probability experiment. That is correct. Because we can't question science will not answer sample space. Which means that we see sample space. Last question in the probability in the
second point.
on the
First three, 5 points.
Listen, the trees are 5 points, so listen very carefully. On the first clue, I'll read my first hand. Second clue, I'll read the second hand. So listen very carefully. I am a fraction with the denominator of 100 always implied. Even though you don't see me written, first clue. I represent parts per 100 in everything. Test score, discount, rate, and probability. No?
Percentage.
That is correct. On the second point. However, the first attempt came, so it will be, yes, on the second point, so 4 points. We have come to the end of the competition. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Absolutely, sir. Okay. Okay. Mo nyinaa mo gye tum sɛ teacher no ɔyɛ saa. Okay, so wɔgye tum a there was a rule in update number 2. Nti yɛbɛread that rule. It states that if any teacher misbehaves for a particular school, that school will be disqualified outright. And we are going to put that rule into effect. I think it is in update number 2. Read that rule to them. Thank you. Okay. 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 Okay, all right. Thank you. Yeah. We have come to the end of round 5. At the end of round 5, Agwejiri had 0, Etibedu had 5, and Holy Lord had 4. At the end of the entire contest, Agwejiri DA Basic School had 10. Let's clap for them. Etibedu DA Basic School had 24. And Holy Lord International School had 22. On this note, I declare Etibedu winners of the second contest. Etibedu, congratulations for winning the second contest of the game. You have now progressed to the semi-final of the competition. I will advise you to prepare extensively because the semi-final is going to be harder than the quarter-final. I wish the other two best wishes in the next competition. Prepare well and come and take on the title. Good luck. be back to the rest. Thank you.
All right, Etibedu qualifies for the next round of the contest. We say goodbye to Holy Lord and Adrejiri DA. Thank you very much. You've been on Tuesday for the semi-final contest. Bye-bye.